our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Oh!
The Department of Homeland Security released these photos of the man and woman who were shot and injured by federal agents. According to DHS, they are Venezuelan gang associates. The man allegedly tried to run over agents with his car during a targeted traffic stop yesterday. The department says one agent, fearing for his life and safety, fired defensive shots. Now, state and local officials are demanding cooperation and transparency from the Trump administration.
We know what the federal government says happened here. There was a time when we could take them at their word. That time is long past.
Donald Trump said that Renee ran the ICE agent over. Don't take my word for it. Don't take their word for it. Watch the video from every single angle. I mean, the ICE agent walked away with a hip injury that he might as well have gotten from closing a refrigerator door with his hips.
I'll give you a quote. We're a third world country now. You want to know why? I'm an expert. I've been to them. I spent 17 months in Southeast Asia while the draft dodger was playing golf, right? You know how I know we're a third world country? Because in third world countries, they have the military doing their police work in the cities when you walk around. I was in the Philippines the day Ferdinand Marcos declared martial law and went under dictatorship. We went from nobody to a guy with a machine gun on every corner. That's what happens in a dictatorship. In comes the military. That's what's happening here. And people better wake up to it. You want to read something? Then read your history of Germany and start comparing the tactics of what happened in 1930s Germany to what's happening here. Read history. You learn from history. And this is nothing new. This is all repeated. This is a game plan, it looks like to me, you know, of what's going on here. How dare Minnesota, we'll take care of ourselves. We don't need federal troops coming in here without warrants.
Some people have said this undermines local law enforcement.
It undermines the entire Constitution. The military cannot be turned loose unless it's a national emergency. They're going to tell me this is a national emergency?
Message for Trump and or message for Governor Walz?
Who was that? You mean the draft dodging coward? I don't call him by name. He's the draft dodging coward who, when it was his time to serve his country, he did what all rich white boys did. I wasn't a rich white boy. I grew up in South Minneapolis. Most of me and all my friends are Vietnam veterans. We had to go. But the rich white boys never had to go, did they? And he didn't have to go, did he? And yet he's going to tell me what courage is?
Are you supporting Governor Walz and Mayor Frey the way they've been outspoken towards?
Absolutely. Good for them and good for these people that stood up. They're teaching their students something, that we are a country, that we have to be a country of law and a country of the Constitution. They're all forgetting about the Constitution of the United States of America. We don't even have it anymore. After January 6th, are you kidding me? And then they all get turned loose, and now they're in charge? I gave up on this country when this guy got... I haven't even watched the news since last November. I stumbled onto this, and now look what you've done to me.
Well, thank you for stopping.
Kristi Noem is a bird-legged hoe. I said Kristi Noem is a bird-legged hoe. Oh, Kristi Noem is a bird-legged hoe. That hoe has got to go. Kristi Noem is a bird-legged hoe.
That were inciting.
The officer was following his training.
He did follow his training because of an individual that was
point blank into a driver's window. go, is that part of the training? How is that self-defense?
This is an experienced officer who followed his training, and we will continue to let the investigation unfold into the individual and recognize that these law enforcement officers every single day put their lives on the line. They go out and do their jobs. They go out and...
a domestic terrorist, though, without
This was an act of domestic terrorism, which is perpetuating...
into who she was or what she was about, and yet now you're saying...
These policies and procedures that follow a use of force situation like this are continuing to be put in place. So this is standard operating procedure after every use of force situation, is that we follow these procedures and protocols. This situation is no different.
They got blood. They don't, she was in the car with her, bro. Or she tried to save her or something. Somebody come get their people. Hey, was you riding with her? Did you call any of your peoples yet?
We're new here. I don't have.
Man, I just smoked this lady right here, cuz. I just smoked this lady right here, bro. Hit her in her shit. Her wife was in her car. Her wife up over there with blood all up over her face and shit, bro. Like, they guys just really came out here tweaking, bro. I was in the crib chilling. Just heard some shots. Yeah. That's her, y'all. Ice done killed her.
Man.
Fucked up.
This is not for over there.
See, they took the body all the way down there somewhere. Shot her in her head while she was driving, trying to record them. She ended up crashing to that crashed to that. Her wife got out of the car, blood all over her face, got the crying and shit right here.
This is the person. This is the person who, within minutes of the shooting, went on TV and called it domestic terrorism. What is she, hiding her face like her ICE agents now? She can't show her face either? By the way, is this what the $800 billion went to? Every day we see her after there's some new tragedy in Homeland, she's wearing a different outfit with a different hat. I mean, come on, guys, she looks ridiculous. She's not just an embarrassment to the country. She's an embarrassment to you and the president. Okay, she deserves to be removed from her job by the president, and if not impeached. Not just for her complete failures in Homeland, but her destruction of FEMA. She's not even running the department. You guys know this. You guys know she's not running Homeland. Your governors and you all, when you need your FEMA money, you don't call Noam, you call Corey. You know she's not running the place. She's a complete and utter embarrassment. By the way, every Homeland Secretary has come in front of this committee once a Congress. I'd like to know the date she's coming. When is she coming?
When is she coming?
When is she coming? By the way, do you know Pam Bondi has not come in front of this committee? Do you know she's the only secretary to not appear in front of a committee yet? When is she coming? What's the date on the calendar that she's coming? You know what? Let's make it easy. I want to make a motion to subpoena Pam Bondi.
Second.
To this committee.
Third, fourth, fifth.
How much are we going to...
The gentleman is not recognized for that motion. However, the chair will advise as to the Attorney General coming for, as they do routinely.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. But where is the Attorney General, the only secretary to not appear, okay, in front of a committee? The only one. We're into year 2 of this Congress, and we've not had the Attorney General in front of this committee. How much are we going to weaken Article 1 of the Constitution while you guys remain in power? I watch you twist yourself into pretzels trying to defend this, running away from previous statements, disagreeing with yourself, trying to defend the crap that's happening.
I've been asked about Kristi Noem's facial changes in the last 10 years. So before she started working for Trump, her pictures looked leaner. So she was starting to have thinning in the buccal region. She was aging in the upper face area, and she was starting to show necklines in the lower face area. Well, since she started working for him, or in the last 10 years, you've seen certain changes. I would say that she's had at least an upper eyelid surgery, probably some type of brow lift, at the very least a chemical brow lift by neuromodulators such as Botox, or it could even be a surgical brow lift where the temple areas are raised more. She has more fullness in the mid-face area, a feature of fillers and lots of fillers, and she's also had the lines in her neck made better, so a sign of a possible mini lower face neck lift. Her lips have been plumped up by fillers also, so definitely lots of neuromodulators and filler, as well as possible surgical brow lifting and a mini lower face neck lift. I would also imagine that her skin's been through lots of laser treatments, plus or minus chemical peels as a skin rejuvenation maneuver. So in conclusion, I would say that Kristi Noem exhibits what we call the classic Mar-a-Lago face. And there are many others in Trump's circle that we can see that same type of look in.
He was protecting himself. He had to do that, obviously. She was moving his car and it's going to go ram him. She's okay though, right?
No, ma'am, she didn't make it.
No. Well, it was counterterrorism, so she had to make sure, and like she was totally an illegal MS-13 gang member. Just make sure to put that out there first. Is the ICE agent okay? Does anybody know if he's unscathed?
He's a little shaken up,
and make sure that
you know
he is okay, because I'm sure the internet is going to try to give him a hard time, and we need to make sure that our ICE agents are compensated. But it is all over the internet, you said?
Yeah, ma'am, it's not looking good. It's not good, ma'am.
Okay. Do you think this hat is a little much for today, given the circumstances? I thought was really going to give Barbie American. Hang on a second.
Hey, Secretary.
Can you send me that? I feel that one's really good. Maybe I'll post it later because it feels like a little much today. But maybe I could do this with the. Did you see the brown hat I had earlier? Maybe I could do that one. Because I'm not
good.
going. I have by this point I have had hair. Yeah, that's a total bummer about the thing in Minnesota. But we're I think our agents are doing a really good job, and boy, that mayor. What a mouth on him. Crazy. All right, let's go.
You asked about a shooting that we just had in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was an act of domestic terrorism. What happened, it was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle. An officer of ours acted quickly and defensively shot to protect himself and the people around him. And my understanding is that she was hit and is deceased. We're continuing to gather more information, but this goes to show the assaults that our ICE officers and our law enforcement are under every single day. These vehicle rammings are domestic acts of terrorism. We're working with the Department of Justice to prosecute them as such. We will continue to protect our ICE.
Renee Good was not a domestic terrorist. In fact, no one acting in good faith actually believes that, no matter what some of our Trump officials say at press conferences. And while there may be an argument to be had about her vehicle moving in the general direction of the officer who shot and killed her and what that officer felt in that moment, an officer identified today as Jonathan Ross, what no one can say in any kind of good faith is to make the argument that killing her was necessary, or that this 37-year-old mother of three who had just dropped her child off at school, driving her Honda Pilot with a glove compartment full of stuffed animals, was deliberately trying to run over anyone. The people desperately trying to get you to believe that are lying. They know it's wrong, too. They're trying to gaslight the American public into not believing their own eyes in a desperate attempt to run cover for the terrible decisions they made to make this tragic incident possible. They're the people that ordered all this. People like this man currently serving as vice president.
This was an attack on federal law enforcement. This was an attack on law and order. This was an attack on the American people. Many people in this room have been lying about this attack. She was trying to ram this guy with her car. He shot back. He defended himself. And what I am certain of is that she violated the law. What I'm certain of is that that officer had every reason to think that he was under very serious threat for injury or in fact, his life. What I'm certain of is that she accelerated in a way where she ran into the guy.
Tonight, an editorial in the National Catholic Reporter newspaper wrote the quote, "The vice president's comments justifying the death of Renee Good are a moral stain on the collective witness of our Catholic faith." A moral stain. Because, of course, we know all that's a lie. We have multiple videos of the agent shooting Renee Good. You can see for yourself that the allegation she was attempting some sort of ramming attack against an officer is just obviously and plainly untrue, and J.D. Vance knows it, of course.
What that headline leaves out is the fact that that very ICE officer nearly had his life ended, dragged by a car 6 months ago, 33 stitches in his leg. So you think maybe he's a little bit sensitive about somebody ramming him with an automobile? What that headline leaves out is that that woman was there to interfere with a legitimate law enforcement operation in the United States of America. What that headline leaves out is that that woman is part of a broader left-wing network to attack, to dox, to assault, and to make it impossible for our ICE officers to do their job. She was trying to ram this guy with her car. He shot back. He defended himself. He's already been seriously wounded in law enforcement operations before, and everybody who's been repeating the lie that this is some innocent woman who was out for a drive in Minneapolis when a law enforcement officer shot at her, you should be ashamed of yourselves. The Department of Justice is going to investigate this. The Department of Homeland Security is already investigating this, but the simple fact is, what you see is what you get in this case. You have a woman who was trying to obstruct a legitimate law enforcement operation. Nobody debates that. You have a woman who aimed her car at a law enforcement officer and pressed on the accelerator. Nobody debates that. I can believe that her death is a tragedy, while also recognizing that it's a tragedy of her own making and a tragedy of the far left who has marshaled an entire movement, a lunatic fringe, against our law enforcement officers.
Yeah, a couple of things here. The vice president using his position and the podium to say things he just doesn't know anything about at all. And also to malign the victim, this woman who is dead, this mother. And then raising more questions, actually, about ICE. So if this guy is so sensitive and the victim of a trauma, what's he doing out in the field? It's just a question. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on here. He's been through an incredible trauma. He's injured in that trauma. He's out in the field. And that's the explanation. He's trigger happy because he's traumatized. Great.
In Minneapolis, when a tragedy strikes, there's one word that summarizes what is most important, and that word is integrity. This is not the time to bend the rules. This is a time to follow the law. This is not a time to hide from the facts. This is a time to embrace them, making sure that we're pushing for transparency every step of the way. The fact that Pam Bondi's Department of Justice and this presidential administration has already come to a conclusion about those facts is deeply concerning. The facts that from the very beginning they're calling the victim a domestic terrorist, they're calling the actions of the agent involved as some form of defensive posture. We know that they've already determined much of the investigation, and even if they haven't, there is the appearance that there is some conclusion drawn from the very beginning. If not hide from the facts, why not embrace them? If it's not a problem to have additional people at the table that have a deep commitment to the process and transparency and have run these investigations before, then why not include them in the process? The Bureau of Criminal Apprehension at the state of Minnesota has consistently run these investigations before. They have done so without bias. They have done so with a great deal of expertise. This is not some radical, way out there group. This is a group that is formed by experts who understand how to investigate. Many of them have been police officers themselves. So our ask is really simple here. Our ask is to embrace the truth. Our ask is to include the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension in this process because we in Minneapolis want a fair investigation. Is it deeply concerning that this administration from the very get-go is drawing the conclusion that they may ultimately come to? Of course it is. And if you got nothing to hide from, then don't hide from it. Include local experts in the process. We got nothing to hide from here. All we want in Minneapolis is justice and the truth.
Brand new cell phone video we've just gotten in showing a very different angle of that deadly Minneapolis ICE shooting. This video was obtained by Alpha News. Apparently, it is actually from the cell phone of the ICE officer who shot Renee Good. The video has already been shared on social media by Vice President J.D. Vance and reposted by the White House. I want to warn you, you will hear some expletives in this video. We don't know who says them. And just generally, the video is disturbing.
I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Whoa!
Good.